Hi everybody, this is DrkBLADExx at Dark Enforcers, aka Black Hawk Division Leader for DCUO. How's it going? Today we'll be taking on the T6 solo known as Circe's Trial, as you can see in the title of this video. Here we take on the iconic identity of the goddess Circe, and try to persuade or convince Queen Hippolyta to let us join her cause. Now, a lot of people have said this is actually quite hard. Some people have said it's actually quite easy. Compared to Wonder Woman's, I do think this is a lot easier. To prove my point, I'm not wearing any gear whatsoever on my character. And on top of that, I'm going to beat this without using any powers whatsoever. No powers whatsoever. Keep your eyes on my power bar. Blocking does use up power, of course, but besides that, I'm not using any powers, and you probably won't see me doing any blocking until the very last fight. I say that for the simple fact that these NPCs are not as smart as player characters. That being said, certain moves that I can do are way overpowered. Well, they just don't know how to handle them, pretty much. It's not like playing against a computer. The NPC just cannot handle you. I have hand blasters, and as long as I'm playing Circe and I'm fighting against people that don't know how to handle hand blasters, I am OP. Hand blasters. These things can take 500 to 600 damage from people. Well, from these NPCs at least. Sad enough to say, my hand blasters are the most powerful thing I have on me. They do the most damage. My powers pale in comparison to the damage I can do with hand blasters. So, I'll be focusing mostly on up-close attacks and also on distance attacks. For the most part, you'll see me just pick off people from afar, or if they get close, they will pay for it, because I have hand blasters.
Birdie told me that the Amazons are preparing to attack Gotham City.
That goes for all NPCs, and that goes for the bosses too. If they want to get close to me, they will pay the price.
With Hippolyta and prove that she needs me in this war.
The moveset for hand blasters is just that strong. So let's begin. Also, for this feat, we're going to be going towards the second part of a feat I need. I've already done this before without using any deceptions. This time I will be using deceptions to get my feat.
Resist me if you dare.
Deceptions are those consoles that you activate, or you don't activate. It's part of it. It's a two-part feat, pretty much. One run through without using any deceptions, and then another run through using them. Yeah, that right there is OP, just so you guys know.
I may be able to
Where you shoot the ground below you, that is OP.
Well,
If people want to get close to you, make them pay the price. Alright, but there goes the console right there. That's a deception console. Or a node, or whatever you want to call it. Go down to episodes, go down to Amazon Fury, Witch Trial. As you see, I've already done it without activating them, so now I need to do it activating. Both times, no powers. The only time you should ever use your powers, and that's ever, is if you're going for the feat where you have to keep your allies alive. That's it. Maybe not even then, actually. You'll see why.
Fight me.
And once again, so I can clear up confusion, take your gear off. Why? Because your gear does not add any stats increases to your character. None whatsoever. On top of that, your gear can get damaged because the devs don't know how to work that out. They really should. But they don't know how to work that out, so you will take damage. You won't gain any of the positives from having your gear, but you will gain all the negatives. When you take damage, your gear takes damage in real life. When you attack stuff, your stats are not included into your character's attack. Or defense, whatever. So, yeah. If anything negative can happen to you because of having stuff on, it will. So just take it off.
Surrender to your betters.
That move right there. If they want to get close, just make them pay for it.
Will not stop me. Magic always wins.
Now, I could go up to the stairs right now, but I want to fight some more.
You're not much of a deal before me. Shut up and fight. You can't compete with a goddess.
Alright, we're gonna fight over here just so that I don't hit that crystal. I don't actually remember if I did or not. I don't think I touched it though. I just remember being too far back and getting locked out. And there's no portal, at least I don't see one.
Yes, on your knees. I will not fall. You will fall. Surrender to your betters.
Remember, if they want to block two, you block two as well. You take damage when you attack someone that's blocking, so let them take damage too. As you can see, I'm pretty much just having fun. This is not hard at all. Going from boss to boss to boss. Even the very last fight was really easy, actually. Now, I can't lie, the very first time I came here, I went all the way through, I made sure I killed everybody. Got to the very last boss, and I could not beat them at first. I just didn't know what I was doing wrong. Of course, then I was trying to get the feats by not using any of those certain powers, nothing like that, so, you know. I just didn't know what I was doing wrong. Also, deceptions also include your power bars, too. Okay. On my loadout bar, you'll notice that there is a move 1 through 6. Okay. My third move and my fifth move are considered deceptions. So if you're going for the feat of not using deceptions, you gotta make sure to not use those consoles and not use those two powers I just mentioned. The fifth one brings out a rhino, and the third one brings out a mirror version of you, which is considered a deception.
My bestiamorphs will annihilate you.
Now it's funny though, if you're going for the feat without using deceptions, make sure you don't use those powers and make sure you don't activate the consoles. If you're going for the feat where you do use deceptions, you're okay if you only use the consoles for some reason. Like this time, I wasn't sure if I was going to get it or not because I did this whole mission without using any powers whatsoever. And at the end of it, I was like, oh yeah, those two powers are considered deceptions, so will I not get the feat then, or will I get the feat? And I still got the feat, which is kind of Weird.
Hardly a scratch.
No, I got to those kind of easier. It would have been a lot faster if I would have just blocked. When they charge at you, block, and then do that, ground pound one with your hand blasters. Make them pay for it. Now, some of these ads I'm just gonna skip over, because why? Now, one at the stairs, I'm gonna try to skip over them, but anytime you see a cape, they're gonna pull you in.
Will not stop me. You can't defeat a goddess. Hardly a scratch.
Alright, from here on out, this is pretty much gonna be about picking off people from here on out. Now, we're not worried about any more feats. We're not worried about deceptions, because there's some more consoles. And we're not worried about keeping our allies alive. We're just trying to beat this. So with that said, we're going to do some smart play right real quick. We're going to worry about just beating people. And from here, we're just going to just start picking people off. Alright, I got those two. So we're going to start back here and just pick them off. Now, I could fight them all together at the same time. It would take a lot longer, mostly because they would be all attacking me at the same time and stopping me from attacking them. They wouldn't be able to do too much damage, but this video is going to be long anyway because I'm not using powers. So, yeah, why make it even longer than it has to be? This is just a way of showing you guys, like, without any type of skill, power usage, or strategy, just using one power or two powers. And by powers, I don't mean your actual powers, I mean your hand blasters, that you can beat this thing. I'm trying to show you guys like a bare bones guide to beating this whole thing, that's all. But yeah, keep in mind, if they want to block and you attack, you take damage. So do the same thing to them. If they try to attack you, you block. That's one way to save yourself and kill them, hopefully. Anyway, like I said, I'm just trying to make like a bare bones guide for this. Okay, up ahead is the main fight, so be on the lookout for part 2, because this is about to end in a couple seconds. I'll tell you everything you need to know in part 2 about how to beat the boss without using any powers, just your weapons.